गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन, सभी को नमस्कार। सभी का स्वागत है एक बार फिर से 1 मार्क सोल्यूशन के प्लेटफॉर्म पर, जहां पर आपको मिलते हैं 1 मार्क क्वेश्चंस के आंसर रीजनिंग के साथ क्लास 6 to 12 सभी सब्जेक्ट्स के सभी चैप्टर्स। आज का हमारा जो वेबिनार है, ये वेबिनार है चैप्टर 2 क्लास 12 बायोलॉजी के लिए। आज हमारे साथ स्टूडियो में चैप्टर 2 बायोलॉजी का जो है क्लास 12 का, उसको डिस्कस करने के लिए हमारे साथ स्टूडियो में मौजूद हैं मैडम मिनेश सिंह जी। मिनेश जी, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आज के इस प्रोग्राम में हमारे इस प्लेटफॉर्म पर। और मिनेश मैम केंद्रीय विद्यालय छतरपुर जो कि मध्य प्रदेश में है, वहाँ पर पीजीटी बायोलॉजी के पद पर कार्यरत हैं और निश्चित रूप से हार्ड वर्किंग टीचर हैं और लगातार लंबे समय से टीचिंग फील्ड में हैं। तो निश्चित रूप से जो भी कंटेंट यहाँ से आज हम डिलीवर करने वाले हैं मिनेश मैम के माध्यम से, निश्चित रूप से वो कंटेंट बच्चों के लिए बहुत ही ज़्यादा बेनिफिशियल होगा, बच्चों के लिए बहुत ही फायदेमंद होगा। हमारे जो भी व्यूअर्स हैं उनसे अनुरोध है मेरा कि हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें और आगे आने वाले जो वेबिनार्स हैं जिससे उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन उनको मिलती रहे। कल हमारा चैप्टर 5 है, केमिस्ट्री का, क्लास 12 के लिए वेबिनार है और ऐसे ही लगातार हम वेबिनार्स को क्लास वाइज, चैप्टर वाइज कंडक्ट कराते आ रहे हैं। मैं ज़्यादा समय न लेते हुए मिनेश मैम को हैंड ओवर करता हूँ। मिनेश मैम।
थैंक यू असद सर, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपके प्लेटफॉर्म पे आके। हेलो चिल्ड्रन, गुड इवनिंग। आई एम मिनेश सिंह फ्रॉम केंद्रीय विद्यालय छतरपुर। Dear children, nowadays we are facing situations due to COVID-19 coronavirus. How is your online studies going on, children? I think where there is no way to go school, online teaching, learning is the best option. In this series of 1 marks solution, I am going to discuss your second chapter, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Hope you all will be definitely be benefited through this platform. In the present scenario, this is very good initiative taken by Dr. Asad sir. I wish him all the very best to achieve his goal. Okay, dear children, are you ready to discuss our 1 mark questions with us? Okay, now we are going to start our PPT in the form of 1 mark solution. Okay, here we are covering different varieties of questions including only 1 marks, whether they are multiple choice type or one-liner questions or fill in the blanks, or you can say assertion and reasoning type questions. Okay, so we will start from here. First of all, MCQ type questions. Yes, sir. Next slide. Right. Identify A to G in the following figure and just a wait. Sorry बच्चों, 1 second. Yes, our first question is, okay, are you ready? Yes. Your first question is, identify A to G in the following figure and answer accordingly. Here, one figure is given in which different points or sections are marked with A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, so you have to, first of all, what will you do? You have to read the question very carefully. After that, you will give your answer. So first option is A, that is ovary, B, filament, C, sepal, D, petal, E, style, F, stigma, and G, anther. Okay, up to G here, these points are given, and you have to think which one is the best option for this question. Okay, next one is A, sepal, B, ovary, C, petal, D, filament, E, anther, F, stigma, and G, style. And C part is A, ovary, B, sepal, C, filament, D, petal, E, anther, F, stigma, and G, style. Okay, last option is A, petal, B, anther, C, stigma, D, style, E, filament, F, sepal, and G, ovary. बच्चों फटाफट आप आंसर दे दीजिए. Which one is correct here according to you? Okay, right. Here answer is C. Answer is C. In the figure, A part is ovary, B part is sepal, filament, petal, anther, stigma, and style. Okay. Now, next question is identify A and B in the diagram below. Here, one more diagram related to male gametophyte, okay, that is anther and its part. 2 points are given here, A and B. So A is a stamen, B is pistil, B option is A, filament, B is anther, A, anther, and B, filament, D is pistil, A1 is pistil, and B is stamen. So which one is correct? According to this question, C option is correct. Your answer is C. Next question is, a type of pollination in commelina is type of what? Pollination in commelina is chasmogamy, Geitonogamy, Xenogamy, and Cleistogamy. So here answer is means these are the specific type of plants in which flowers show this type of pollination. A type chasmogamy, Geitonogamy, Xenogamy, and Cleistogamy. So you know very well A, chasmogamy, and Cleistogamy. These are the types of autogamy. Okay. In chasmogamy, open stamens and stigma are present. Flower is open. And in Cleistogamy, both the male and female parts are enclosed in a bud, means they are closed. When these anthers dehisce within the bud, they get pollinated. Stigma get pollinated because that is very close with each other. Okay, so your answer is D. Next question is, among the term listed below, those that are not technically correct names for a floral whorls are. Means, first of all, you should know about whorls. What are whorls? Whorls means group of floral parts. For example, if sepals are there, so one leaf-like structure, green part, that is called sepal, and group of sepals, that is, it is a type of whorl. Okay, group of sepals makes a whorl. So whorl means sepals. Whorl is calyx, and petals, group of petals, that is called corolla, and group of male gametophyte including anthers and filament, that is whorl means Androecium, and female gametophyte, that is including stigma, style and ovary, that is gynoecium. Okay, so you have to choose which one is technically not correct here. So your options are given here: A, first and fourth; B, third and fourth; C, second and third; and D, first and second. So first and last, sorry, first and second one. First means Androecium and carpel. And next, here you can say C1 is correct. Means second one is carpel and fourth one is sepal. Okay, so answer C is correct. My next question is, the outermost and innermost wall layers of microsporangium in an anther are respectively. Okay, so your options are here. Question number 5. Okay, A option is endothecium and tapetum, epidermis and endodermis, epidermis and middle layer, epidermis and tapetum. Okay, so you know very well endothecium and tapetum. It is the innermost middle layer, and the tapetum innermost layer near the embryo sac, which provide nourishment to the embryo. And so here your answer is D1, epidermis and tapetum. Epidermis, that is protective layer, and tapetum, that provide nourishment to the zygote. Okay. Now next 26th question. During microsporogenesis, meiosis occurs in endothecium, microspore mother cell, microspore tetrads, and pollen grains. So your answer will be B. Okay. So microspore mother cell, microsporogenesis means formation of microspores, and during maturation they will be converted into pollen grains. So here within this region, during microsporogenesis, meiosis occurs. So answer is your B. Microspore mother cell. Within the microspore mother cell, meiosis division takes place. Question number 7. Starting from the innermost part, the correct sequence of parts in an ovule are egg nucellus, embryo sac, integument. Next part is egg, embryo sac, nucellus, integument. Next part, C option, embryo sac, nucellus, integument and egg. And last option is egg, integument, embryo sac, and nucellus. So B option is the correct option. Embryo, first of all, eggs, embryo sac, then nucellus, then integuments. Okay. Next question number 8. In a fertilized embryo sac, the haploid, diploid, and triploid structures are, okay, you have to tell in the fertilized embryo sac, first of all, the haploid one, diploid one, and then triploid structures. A option is synergids, zygote, and primary endosperm nucleus. B, synergids, antipodal and polar nuclei. C, antipodal, synergids, and primary endosperm nucleus. And D option is synergid, polar nuclei, and zygote. Okay. So your answer is synergids. A1 is correct. Synergids, zygote, and primary endosperm. PEN, that is, exist in triploid structure. And haploid is synergid. And diploid is zygote. So your first A option is correct. Question number 9. In an embryo sac, the cell that degenerate after fertilization. Before fertilization, within the embryo sac, before fertilization, the synergids and antipodal cells, all they are there after embryo, or you can say fertilization process, both the synergids and antipodal cells get degenerated. So your answer will be B, synergids and antipodal cells. These two cells will be degenerated after fertilization. And question number 10. Sir, question number 10, please. In the embryo of a typical dicot and a grass, true homologous structures are first coleorhiza and coleoptile. B option is coleoptile and scutellum, cotyledons and scutellum, and hypocotyle and radical. You know very well, in the dicotyledonous, some homologous structures, and in monocotyledonous plants, both are acts as protective in nature. So that part is your cotyledons and scutellum. So C1 is correct. Question number 11. So question number 11. The phenomena observed in some plants wherein parts of the sexual apparatus is used for forming embryos without fertilization is called parthenogenesis, parthenocarpy, apomixis, vegetative propagation, sexual reproduction. So children, you know parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpic is the production of seedless fruits without fertilization, and vegetative propagation, that you also know, is sexual reproduction. Okay, and sexual reproduction, both the gametes are formed, male and female, by male and female parents. So here only one option is left for this. Correct answer is B, means apomixis. So here embryos without fertilization or seeds without fertilization in plants are formed through this process that is called apomixis. Question number 12. A typical angiospermic embryo sac at maturity: A, 4 nucleate, 2 celled, B, 8 nucleate, 7 celled, C, 8 nucleate, D, 2 nucleate, and 1 cell. So your correct option will be B, 8 nucleate and 7 cell. So autogamy can occur in a chasmogamous flower if A, pollen mature before maturity of ovule, B, ovules mature before maturity of pollen. Both pollen and ovules mature simultaneously. D, both anther and stigma are of equal length. Okay, so your option will be C, both pollen and ovules mature simultaneously in chasmogamous type of flower. 14. From among the sets of terms given below, identities identifies those that are associated with the gynosium. Here, 4 options are given. So, which one is associated with the gynosium? As I have already told that what is gynosium, androecium, corolla, and other whorls. So, A part is stigma, ovule, embryo sac, placenta. And B1 is thalamus, pistil, style, and ovule. C, ovule, ovary, embryo sac, and tapetum. D, ovule, ovary, stamen, and embryo sac. So, here the associated with the gynosium is A. A is the correct option. Stigma, ovule, embryo sac, and placenta. Next, question number 15. A dicotyledonous plant bears flower but never produce fruits and seeds. The most probable cause for the above situation is A, plant is dioecious and bears only pistillate flowers. B, plant is dioecious and bears both pistillate and staminate flowers. Plant is monoecious, and D option is plant is dioecious and bears only staminate flowers. So here your correct option is D. A particular species of plant produces light, non-sticky pollen in large numbers, and its stigmas are long and feathery. The modification facilitate pollination by A. Insect, B. Water, C. Wind, and D. Animals. So your C option is best option, wind. In this type of plant species, light, non-sticky pollen grains in large numbers are present. Okay. Now question number 17. Occurrence of more than one embryo. Yes, everyone will be knowing. Occurrence of more than one embryo is called polyembryony, embryony, parthenogenesis, and fertilization. So your correct answer will be polyembryony. Okay. 19. Intine is made up of, pollen grains having two layers, two walls, intine and exine. So intine is made up of A. Cellulose, B. Pectin, C. Both A and B, and D. Protein. So this wall or layer is made up of both what? Cellulose and pectin. So your correct option is C. Next question number. Okay, sequences. Okay. Pattern and designs of exine of pollen grains are the characteristic feature of A. Species of plants, genus of plants, order of plants, none of the above. You know what is genus? What is a species? So, variations that can be seen in species means species can be different type of organisms, whether plants or any other organisms, and genus that always will be same. For example, Mangifera indica. So Mangifera, that is genus, and the species will be indica. So different varieties in mango will be seen. So you can say a species of plant. Okay, so here your correct option will be species of plant. Now question number 20. Pollen grains are stored at which temperature? A. minus 196 degrees Celsius, B. 196 degrees Celsius, C. 10 degrees Celsius, and D. 0 degrees Celsius. So your answer will be A. minus 96 degrees Celsius. And that viability of seeds or pollen grains will be maintained at this temperature. Okay. Now, next one is question number 21. Long, silky hairs on cobs of maize are. आपने देखा होगा भुट्टे के जो लंबे लंबे से बाल टाइप के निकले रहते हैं, ठीक है, तो वो क्या है आपको बताया गया इसमें. 4 ऑप्शंस आर हियर. एंथर, स्टाइल, स्टिग्मा and both B and C. So your answer could be what? D. Both B and C means style and stigma. That is correct. And next question number 22. Wind pollination and water pollination pollinated flowers. कैसे होते हैं wind pollinated and water pollinated flowers? They are colorful. A option is they are colorful, or B are non-colorful, C are small in size, D produce nectar. So here your answer will be B are non-colorful. Okay. Filliform apparatus are, at micropylar end, filiform apparatus are there. So, filiform apparatus are number 1 option A, special cellular thickening of antipodal cells. B, special cellular thickening of micropolar end. C, special cellular thickening of synergid cell. And D, special cellular thickening of nuclear end. So, you know very well. So, in the micropylar region, synergid cells and egg is present, where this special type of tissue that is called filiform apparatus is present there to guide pollen tube to enter within the embryo sac. Okay. So your answer will be C, special cellular thickening of synergid cells. Next, question number 24. Megaspore mother cell is found near the region of micropyle, chalaza, C, nucellus, and D, integuments. I'm talking about megaspore mother cells. Okay, not about microspore mother cell. I'm talking about megaspore mother cell, and that is found near which region? Egg is present at micropylar region. So your answer will be micropyle. A is correct option. Next question. 25. Long ribbon-like pollen grains are seen in some aquatic plants. A option. A option. B, wind pollinated. C, gymnosperms. D, bird pollinated plants. So your option will be A, aquatic plants. And next, pollen tablets are available in the market for A. In vitro fertilization. B. Breeding program. C. Supplementing food. And D. Ex situ conservation. So, this pollen tablets is available in the market in the form of supplementing food. Okay. C is the correct option. Question 27. Name the part of pistil which develop into fruit and seeds. Answer. Ovary form fruits and ovules form seeds. Next, in case of polyembryony, if an embryo develops from the synergid and another from the nucellus, which is haploid and which is diploid? So your answer is embryo which is developed from synergid. Next, what is the function of, which are the three cells found in pollen grains when it is shed of three-cell stage? Next, yes, two male gametes and one vegetative cell. Okay. Next, what is the site of microsporogenesis? Yes. Next, pollen sac of anther. So, it is the site of microsporogenesis. Next, sir. What is the function of scutellum? So, function of scutellum is it provide nourishment to the embryo, developing embryo, and also provide protection to the developing embryo. Next, sir. Fill in the blanks. Yes. Stem cutting are frequently used for, yes, propagation. Yes. Next question. Bryophyllum. Next question, please, sir. Bryophyllum is the best example of propagation by leaf. Okay, leaf is the correct answer. Next question. Each microspore mother cell has 2n and of chromosome and therefore it is diploid. Means microspore mother cell has diploid in nature and so it has 2n number. Next question. Inside ovary, ovule develop from a special tissue that is called placenta. Yes, ovule that is attached with the placenta. In the flowering plant, during double fertilization, two events takes place in the embryo sac, namely, yes, syngamy and triple fusion. Next question. Complete the following flowchart. Pollen mother cell that pollen tetrad develops pollen grains that develops vegetative cell, and one cell is also there, that is generative cell. And next, question number 29. Okay, where both species, moth and plant, cannot complete their life cycles without each other. The moth deposits its eggs in the locule of the ovary, and the flower in turn gets pollinated by the moth. As you know, children, in the ficus plant, आपने बरगद जो गूलर का एक फ्रूट होता है ना, उसमें आपने देखा होगा कि उनके ओव्यूल के अंदर क्या है, ये मोथ और ये जो इसका जो सीड या फ्रूट होता है ना, दोनों एक दूसरे के बिना नहीं चल सकते, उसके अंदर जाके ये अपने एग्स देता है, और फिर जब वो क्या करता है, डेवलप कर जाता है, लार्वी में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है, बाहर निकल आता है मॉथ, और निकल के जब आता है बाहर, तो क्या उसके फीट के साथ में पॉलन ग्रेन्स स्टिक हो जाते हैं और दूसरी जगह पे स्प्रेड कर जाता है, तो इसकी एक स्पेसिफिक प्रॉपर्टी होती है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 39. In the coconut water from tender coconut that you are familiar with is nothing but free nuclear endosperm made up of thousands of nuclei, and the surrounding is the cellular endosperm dash. So that white part, what is called? That is white kernel. Okay. Next question. Dash is one of the major approaches of crop improvement program. So it is artificial hybridization, in which emasculation, bagging, tagging is there. Okay, with the help of artificial hybridization process, major approaches of crop improvement program is there. So next question is, following double fertilization, events of endosperm and embryo development, maturation of ovules into seeds, and ovary into fruits are collectively termed as, yes, its answer is post fertilization events. Okay, now true and false. Emasculation is the removal of anthers from the flowers, but before the anther, dialysis using a pair of pores. Yes, it is true. And next part is, grafting is a technique in which a shoot or a part of plant stalk is inserted into another plant, scion, so as to be nourished by it and united with it. You know, first part, that is upper above the shoot, that is scion, and which is root, that acts as stalk. So here the answer will be false. Question 44. Cross pollination requires abiotic or biotic agents. Yes, it is true. Next, in Vallisneria, the male flowers are released in air. No, it's false. So, next question. Only meiotic division are involved in asexual reproduction. So answer is false. Assertion type questions. You know children, assertion type questions में हम क्या देखते हैं, सबसे पहले हमको 4 ऑप्शंस दिए रहते हैं यहाँ पे, जिसमें 2 स्टेटमेंट, ठीक है, इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन में 2 स्टेटमेंट दिए रहते हैं, एक असर्शन, दूसरा रीजन। और अगर क्या है, असर्शन सही है और हम आपको बता देते हैं ए बी सी डी करके, आपको चूज करना होता है और 2 स्टेटमेंट को देख के पता करना होता है कि कौन सा सही है कौन सा गलत है, उसी के बेस पे आपको आंसर्स देने होते हैं। तो ए पार्ट, इन चारों को अच्छे से ध्यान में रखना होता है, तभी आप आंसर दे पाते हैं। ओके, तो ए बोल रहा है इफ बोथ assertion and reason are true and reason is correct explanation of assertion, ठीक है, तो आप ए बोल सकते हो। तो बी वाले में बताता है इफ बोथ assertion and reason are true but reason is not correct explanation of assertion, तो आपको बी बताना होता है ऑप्शन। नाउ सी इफ assertion is true but reason is false, तो सी। इफ डी कब बोला जाएगा, इफ बोथ assertion and reason are false। ओके, तो अब आंसर देने के लिए आप तैयार हो जाइए। तो इसमें दोनों स्टेटमेंट दिए हुए, आपको बहुत ध्यान से इसमें देखना होता है। assertion है, फॉर एग्जांपल क्वेश्चन इज हियर, स्टिग्मा ऑफ पिस्टिल receives the pollen during pollination, ठीक है। So region is pollen grains are produced in ovary of Geitonogamy। आपको पता चल गया होगा इसमें क्या बोल रहा है, स्टिग्मा ऑफ पिस्टिल, ये तो पहला वाला तो assertion is correct but reason is not correct। देन कौन सा, वापस चारों ऑप्शंस पे जाइए ए बी सी डी पे, आपको पता करना पड़ेगा इफ assertion is true but reason is false then answer will be C। ओके, ऐसे ही आपका नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, assertion pollen grains of angiosperm is considered as a male gametophyte। So and region is pollen grains contains stigma, style and ovary। It is again wrong, region is wrong but assertion is correct, so your answer will be C। C is what, if assertion is true but Reason is false. Here, one more question. Assertion. Mango is false fruit. No. ऐसा है क्या? बिल्कुल नहीं. Mango is. Next question, sir. Assertion. Mango is false fruit. No, it is wrong. And reason is the thalamus also contributes to fruit formation in false fruit. तो आपका आंसर जब क्या होगा, दोनों ही false हैं, assertion and reason both are false, then answer will be D. D option is correct if both assertion and reason are false. And question number 50, last one. In a apomixis, plant of new genetic variation are not produced. And reason is in apomixis, reduction division takes place. So here means assertion is true, but reason is false. Again, your option will be C. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. My questions are over now.
थैंक यू सो मच मीनेश मैम.
Thank you,
अच्छा
sir.
सेशन रहा और निश्चित रूप से बच्चों ने एंजॉय किया. और अभी आजकल एक्चुअली बच्चों के एग्जाम्स चल रहे हैं कई सारी जगह पर. कई सारे स्कूल्स में एग्जाम्स चल रहे हैं. इस वजह से बच्चे हमारे साथ अभी फिलहाल 2-3 दिन से कुछ कम संख्या में जुड़ पा रहे हैं. लेकिन निश्चित रूप से ये एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ पर ये जो वीडियोस आपके साथ जो डिस्कशन हुआ है ये रिकॉर्डेड होंगी और ये अपलोडेड हो जाएंगे यूट्यूब पर. तो बच्चे इसको कभी भी रेफ़र कर सकते हैं. जब भी उनके पास समय होगा बच्चे इसको रेफ़र कर सकते हैं. और बच्चों के लिए फीडबैक फॉर्म रेडी है. मैं फीडबैक फॉर्म को लाइव चैट बॉक्स में शेयर कर रहा हूँ. बच्चे लाइव चैट बॉक्स से फीडबैक फॉर्म ले करके अपना फीडबैक फिल कर सकते हैं. और जो उनका जो अगर क्वेश्चन सही होते हैं तो डेफिनेटली वो उनको सर्टिफिकेट्स भी मिलेंगे. एक बार फिर से मीनेश मैम आपका हमारे व्यूवर्स का 1 मार्क सोल्यूशन की तरफ से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आपने अपना वैल्यूएबल टाइम निकाला. निश्चित रूप से प्रयास करना पड़ता है, तैयारी करनी पड़ती है पीपीटी बनाने में, कंटेंट क्वेश्चन सर्च करने में, कंटेंट लेके आने में. तो ये आसान काम नहीं होता है. एक घंटे के सेशन के लिए निश्चित रूप से 5 से 6 दिन की मेहनत कम से कम होती है. तो आपने ये जो बच्चों के हित के लिए जो मेहनत की है इसके लिए हम आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देते हैं 1 मार्क सोल्यूशन की तरफ से. एंड आई होप कि इन फ्यूचर भी आपका जो सहयोग है इसी तरह से 1 मार्क सोल्यूशन को मिलता रहेगा और हम बच्चों के हित के लिए इसी तरीके से साथ खड़े होकर के काम करते रहेंगे. एक बार पुनः आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.